All right, welcome back everyone. Up on the bench today is a 1998 4L80E out of a 1998 GMC K2500 with the 6.5 liter, and this one is obviously four-wheel drive. So this transmission has a bit of a history. The truck was used as kind of a mud bogger, and this is even after I've done some quick cleaning on it, but it's caked in mud, packed with dirt, and it lived a little bit of life underwater. It's definitely sat in some moisture. We're gonna take it apart. We're gonna see what kind of amazingness is inside and go from there. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get it flipped over. I'm gonna get some wood up here so that way it's level and we can take our pan and valve body off. When I flip it over, we're gonna get some of our fluid out. And transmission fluid looks all burnt. Just give it some gentle taps here. Oh, we knocked it loose already. That seal might have held up. Everything down here looks good. Let's pull our filter off carefully so we don't splash a bunch of stuff everywhere. And you can see so we're going to start by getting our wiring harness off. There we go. Like our manifold pressure switch. Feed all this under our lube tube. Just gonna rotate this down. There's a little bit of fluid inside our connector, so I'm willing to bet this connector leaked. Just gently tapping the harness. Like I said, this one has some fluid in there, so it likely won't be reused. It's likely gone bad. We'll flip this guy back up and we'll start working on our valve body. We have a variety of bolts, 10 mil and 8 mil. So we're gonna go around and get all our 8 mils out first, which are all for our manifold pressure switch. Off that comes. Okay, let's get our shift ratchet spring off. And then the rest are all 10 mils on the valve body. A few of them have these clips that retain the wiring harness. Pull our lube tube out, just like that. And then we can get to our last bolt. And there's all our valve body bolts. I want to do this next part carefully. Matter of fact, we're going to do it this way. That way, if any check balls fall out, they fall onto the table. Slippery hands. There's our valve body off, and in here is our check balls. So I'll just wipe my hands and grab a magnet, pull those out in a controlled manner. There's 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7. There's our number 8. All 8 check balls have been removed. Now that that's been done, we'll tip it back towards us. Pull our low reverse piston out, and that's 6 10 mils. Off this guy comes. A lot of the times you can have no reverse problems due to this piston being in here stuck, and this one is sitting in here sideways. The bores themselves look to be alright. I was worried that piston being in here crooked was gouging in there. Everyone's favorite part. Here's a good shot of our valve body. Let's get in here and pull our servo out. And our spring. Let's move on and we'll get our parking pawl off. We'll come in here with a 15mm wrench. We'll get our nut off, break it free, and then it spins in there. We're going to pull this pin out. just like that. We'll pull our selector out. Doesn't quite want to come out yet because it's binding on our ratchet. There we go. And everything else comes off as one. Just cleaning out the back side of this bore here. But we'll pull our pin out. I'll try and do this very carefully so that pin doesn't go flying. But you know me. What did I say? It's now probably, oh, I don't even know how many feet behind me. I don't want to know. In the meantime, we'll get the spring off. I think instead we're just going to leave that in there. It's not vital for the disassembly of the transmission. Of course, now I have to go find that clip though. Get a little more fluid out of here. In case you're wondering, this transmission, a 4L80, is probably my favorite transmission. I love these things. Let's get in here with our 13 mil and pull our pump bolts out. Now we're gonna get in behind with a pry bar, pry out our pump very carefully as we don't want to damage anything. We're just putting a little bit of pressure on it. There we go, we got things moving. You don't have to reef on that. Out comes our pump. And because of this O-ring here, it's bound up on our overrun drum. Now I can pull our overdrive planet out. And our overdrive drum. Our sprag has thrown its needle bearings around, or our roller bearings around. I'm gently going to tap this whilst I hold it at the same time. And that overcame that seal. So we have a pump, our input shaft, our overdrive planetary, and our overdrive drum. Let's get our overrun clutches out, and that's held in with a snap ring. Out comes our overrun clutches. These still have lots of life left in them. They don't look to be burnt up or anything, nor do the steels. I apologize, these are our overdrive clutches, not our overrun clutches. Our overrun clutches are in our overrun drum. Now this Torx bolt here is a T40, and that holds our fourth gear apply cage. Let's get our forward drum out of there. We'll get our direct drum out. Got our direct drum band out. Next is our intermediate clutch pack, which there is a snap ring for. And that will probably be the first and only snap ring I'll ever get out with my hand. And here's our intermediate clutch pack. Which looks to be good. A few little blue marks there on one steel. Looks like we need a 10 mil 12 point thin wall to fit in there. I was wrong. Or sorry, a 3/8 12 point thin wall socket. This is our center support bolt. This is a hollow bolt to let fluid pass through it. And then out comes our center support. Whoever pulled this transmission went ahead and just cut the cooler lines. This cooler line here, this rear return, goes into the center support. Just our tail end goes into our center support there. I mean, normally you'd pull this clip out here. And to remove a cooler line, you pull these little clips out. There we go. So you pull that little clip. It's all pinched in there. It might not come out. We'll have to come back to that. We can reach in and pull our center support, our sun shaft, and our forward planetary assembly. There's our sun shaft, there's our bearing, the plastic thrust washer that sits in here, our sun gear, and our forward planet and coastal clutch. And now in here we have our rear planet, our parking pole ring, and our output shaft. So set that down carefully. We'll then proceed to pull out a snap ring, and our reverse band. And the last bit is this thrust washer. So now we have an empty 4L80 case. Yeah, that was just the back of our thrust washer stuck in there. You'll note that I left our parking pole in here, and I left our four-wheel drive transfer case adapter on. I didn't feel that was necessary to pull off. But yeah, I'll come back with a cleaned up table, and we'll lay all our parts out in the order they came out, and we'll go over everything. Alrighty, so first things first, I just want to say our pump seal did its job. There was not a speck of debris or water behind the pump or anywhere in the case. Only thing that saw water would have been the pump. So we'll pull this guy apart in another video, and we'll go over what that looks like and how we can clean it up and see if it's reusable. But with that being said, everything here has been cleaned up, and we'll start going over everything. So obviously we have the case, and then I'm going to move back to our pump. I'm going to go through things in order. So we have our pump, our fourth gear or overdrive clutches, or overdrive drum. This is our overdrive planetary. This is our overrun clutch pack and drum. Here's our input shaft. Here's our forward drum, our direct drum there, and our intermediate clutch pack here. We then move to the center support, our forward planetary, and our reverse band. And then we have our rear planetary and output shaft assembly. We then have in our pan a big pile of parts. We have our harness, which will need to be replaced. We have our valve body, which will be gone through in another video, and that includes our accumulator pack. We have our low reverse piston, and then everything for our shifter mechanism. And of course, our check balls and all our hardware is in the pan as well. So 4L80s are pretty tough transmissions. This one was sunk, and all its seals held. The condition of this transmission going into it was definitely worn. It was a used transmission, but everything's still in good shape. So if you enjoy this type of content, definitely stick around and give us a like and a subscribe. It helps the channel grow, and we post pretty regularly. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.